You know what? You're a fucking joke. No wonder the Avengers didn't take you. Or the X-Men. And they'll take fucking anyone. I mean, you're ridiculous, immature, half-wit moron. I have never met a sadder, more attention-starved, jabbering little prick in my entire life. And that says a lot, because I've been alive for more than 200 fucking years. And I'll tell you, that bald chick was right about one thing. You will never save the world. You couldn't even save a relationship with a goddamn stripper and a motherfucker. I wish I could say you die alone, but it's one of God's best jokes that you can't die. Except that's on all of us.
You like that? You like that? You like that? You like that?
We're back, baby. And that's a message to my league. Bunch of bitches. Oh, welcome in. This is the last call for fantasy football. Now that I have struck fear.
We might be going to Hollywood now. Sorry, guys. The show's ending. We're going to follow our acting careers.
The commitment. I got the beard. My hair, you know, I did what I could. The commitment with the bit. I got my Cohiba. I don't have any claws. But, you know.
They're just retracted right now.
Yeah, I don't want to hurt myself, you know. But it's Halloween. It's the last call of fantasy football. We're back. As you can see, no longer a kitchen in my background. That is because I moved. And hurricanes. And everything. Like, this past 3 weeks has sucked. So, we're now back on track, as one of our favorite segments suggests.
We're sorry that we were gone, but we're back now.
We have so many things to cover. It is Halloween, like I said, October 31st. The Thursday night game is about to start, but we wanted to make sure to get this in beforehand. And, yeah, we're back. It's the middle of the season. Updates. I'm 6-2, top of my main league. Justin right behind me at 5-3, as is half of our league. Currently, everyone in the playoffs is 5-3, which I think is kind of crazy, except for me at the top. And, I mean, it's just been a weird year. And we're going to recap some of the things that we predicted halfway through the year, seeing if we're on track, seeing what went wrong, people we're in on, people were out on, buys and sells the rest of the year.
Yeah.
But
I think we're going to need to let people in on our trades. I think we've done 2 trades in this last show.
Oh, yeah. Big time.
1 each.
Big time.
I might have done 2 trades.
Let me see. What did you do?
I think I did.
I don't remember what you did before.
I don't know if I had Jamar Chase in the last episode.
But Justin has Jamar Chase now. Traded him for Garrett Wilson.
I traded Garrett Wilson and Kenneth Walker and Mostert for Jamar Chase and Ramondre Stevenson. Honestly, if you want to think about it, I don't know. Actually, I've lost the trade so far.
Because Garrett Wilson has been out.
Because Garrett Wilson has, I think he's been matching Jamar Chase. But I also gave up Kenneth Walker, who has that one stinker and one like 25-point game. So it's like,
yeah, that one came against me, unfortunately. Thank you for gifting Gonzo 28 points.
But since then, I then traded for Jonathan Taylor. I traded Jaden Reed and Kareem Hunt, who I got off the waiver wire, who has been great, but, you know, I'd rather have Jonathan Taylor, I think. Yeah, so I traded Jaden Reed and Kareem Hunt for Jonathan Taylor.
And I was able to capitalize off Amari Cooper to the Bills to the moon to get Debo to a wide receiver hungry team who Debo's on bye this week, so we needed someone to start, so it sweetened the pot. So we were able to get it done. So we riding with Debo. So, bro, I cannot stop looking at how fucked up my face is with this.
I can't stop looking at the reflection in my glasses.
Well, that is true. If you didn't get it, Justin is Kirk Haynes, Mr. Wholesome.
I'm Kirk Cousins, baby.
and I came
I
up with
think they
this
got it when I
idea.
said, "You like that?"
I know. But to dive into to the Halloween spirit, I
I don't have his jawline, but like I kind of look like Kirk Cousins.
he does have a nasty jawline. That should be
He has a
sharp as hell.
sick jawline. He's kind of hot. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, the handsome young man for sure.
Well, no one knew that he was also shredded.
I mean, I feel like you get the benefit of the doubt when you're an NFL player. You know, not everyone's
Peyton
built
Manning
like.
wasn't shredded.
Well, that's
Big
true.
Ben wasn't shredded.
Fair, but
Kirk Cousins I think he wears like ab pads or something like that when he plays.
he wears the whole cage, the whole like rib
Yeah,
cage.
I think that's what it is. I think that's why he's always looked. I always thought he was like a bigger dude. He's got a whole ass six pack.
Yeah. Hey, you
It's
don't
hard to
get
have
to
a
be a
six-pack.
top QB in the league for no reason. He puts in the work.
Yeah.
And also goes to work on Sundays dressed like that.
Yeah. His wife dresses him, I believe.
Yes, she does. They're just like imagine like white American suburbia, like they are the epitome of that. Like adorable wife, wholesome, God-fearing husband, two young kids playing with the dogs in the backyard. Like that is Kirk Cousins.
Oh yeah,
Made me respect him a little bit
I'm
more.
a fan.
But anyways, let's get into some football. Tonight we have the Jets and Texans. By the time you're watching this, the game is over, and Brees Hall and Joe Mixon have combined for 12 touchdowns. And
Some score predictions for that.
oh yeah, so the Texans are actually favored to lose. So the Jets are favored to win.
Yeah, surprisingly, I don't think that's the case. Even though they lost Diggs,
I
like,
think
don't
the Jets win.
it's-
So,
I think that Houston has not been what we thought they would be this year.
but they're winning games.
honestly,
They're
I don't-
6-2. I think they were the worst 6-2 team in the league.
I think they've played the Colts twice now.
Mm-hmm.
They've played a lot of AFC South opponents so far. So
Yeah,
I
they
wouldn't
played
say
the
their
worst
schedule has
team.
been very
They played
hard.
the Jags.
Yeah, I think they played the Titans already, the Colts twice. So like,
Just haven't had the
which
toughest
that's 5
competition.
wins right there, or that's 4 wins right there. So like, out of their 5 wins, I don't think they've really beat anybody good that I can think of. They
Yeah.
lost the Packers with a hurt Jordan Love.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
So
I'm not a.
I think the Jets will figure it out. For whatever reason.
I think we got another stinker in store for us, at least offensively.
Ugh, don't tell me that, bro. I'm not looking forward to that.
I think it's gonna be. My score prediction is 23-17
Whoa, this feels weird.
Jets.
Right?
That's the part that you usually play with.
Bro, that's crazy. For the record, I haven't shaved in probably a year. This is the shortest it's been in like a year and a half.
This is the shortest I've been too because I thought Kirk Cousins had a beard and he doesn't. He just has like a 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, I gotta shave.
Well, now I just have to take everything down to this level tomorrow.
Which I don't have Kirk Cousins jawline, so see, look at that.
I mean, neither do I. Look at this. I don't have.
People can't see my angle. My angle is way funnier than you think. Hold on. I gotta get a picture of this.
Hold on, I can turn to the side, and I can give him that.
Wait,
one,
no.
'cause that's
Go
your
back
view.
to the original. The original. Yeah. Dude.
Oh man.
Oh my god. That's funny.
And I don't look like Hugh Jackman either, so I digress.
Come on, give yourself some credit.
Whatever. Oh bam. No. Have you seen the new Deadpool, the Wolverine Deadpool?
Yeah, I have. It's awesome.
I thought it was the worst of the three. It's still great,
Really?
but I thought it was the worst of the three. Yeah.
I thought it was better than the second one.
I like the second one with like the squad, what do they call them? The X Squad? No, it's like where he puts together the team.
I liked it. I just thought that there was so much. It's just so random.
Well, this is what I thought this one was with Deadpool and the Wolverine. It was like the plot of the movie was just terrible. Yeah, it was like still funny like Deadpool, but the plot was like Nothing.
Yeah.
And now all of a
I guess
sudden,
both of
Professor
them.
X
Obviously,
is the
nothing
evil
tops
sister.
the first one, in my opinion.
Obviously.
Yeah, that was the dumbest thing in the movie to me, was the evil sister. I'm like, who the fuck is that?
I know. But this is not
Um,
the Deadpool Wolverine review show. We have some fantasy football to get into. You ready?
all right, well, what's your score prediction?
Oh, yeah, I didn't
I
do
said
that.
23-17
Got
Jets.
distracted. So I think the Jets win a close one, and again, I probably don't think it's super high scoring, so I'm gonna say it is 20-17 Jets.
Okay,
2017. What'd you say?
23-17.
Oh, okay. So I think it'll be closer. 2017. Wait, you said Jets too?
Yeah.
Oh wait.
Yeah, I just don't think that they can lose another game.
Yeah, it's like they just can't.
Honestly, I'm only picking the Jets because I'm just going to feel so bad for the Jets if they lose this game.
Honestly, they'll just fall apart. Like this is the most hope they've had in what 30 years, and they have nothing. They have a 2-5.
They have
record
Devontae
this year.
Adams now, and they're still losing games. It's insane.
But anyhow,
So.
I went back and checked out our poison picks from the draft. So we're just going to recap halfway through the year, seeing how things have gone. We each picked 5 players that we were avoiding at draft cost.
Wait, you're going to recap that?
I have mine.
Oh, you did do that?
Yeah, I sent you the picture of it.
Well, hold on. I did an accumulation of like all of the people, like between all of our prediction shows.
Oh. Well, then you do your thing, and then I can just touch on mine.
Okay, yeah. I would like to go through all of
Also-
them because I didn't go through all of the picks. I just kind of like bopped around. Yeah, Kyle's got the beer. I figured it'd be more Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins?
That's who I am. I'm Kirk Cousins.
I'm Kirk Cousins.
I'm Kirk Cousins.
Come on down,
The difference between Kirk Cousins and Kirk Cousins is that I ain't got no neck.
I got a strong neck.
I can't tell you. I'm literally choking right now. That's how big my neck is.
All right, Clark, give us your recap.
All right. So, all right. These are the players that we said were going to be good. So, the players between all 3 of our prediction shows, bold predictions, blah, blah, blah. Kyle had Christian Watson, which you said was going.
I looked back.
I
looked back
you
at that
said
one.
Christian Watson was going to be a 3rd or 4th round pick next year.
Oh, really? I said that? Oh, that wasn't what I was talking
yeah.
about. Oh, I made some more stupid predictions then. All right, continue.
Oh, you were in on Christian Watson.
Yeah, big time.
Keon Coleman, which
Yeah,
I think is actually pretty good.
Trajectory
He's been decent.
I mean,
I think
rookie, like he
for a
started
rookie.
slow, but now like the past 3 weeks, like hell yeah, come on, Keon.
So your prediction was that he would be the wide receiver 1 for that team, which I think has been pretty accurate. I mean
yeah, for sure.
Maybe, but still.
Maybe not like targets and receptions wise, but if we're talking pure like fantasy, like
right,
100%. To this point, obviously, I did not predict Amari Cooper getting traded to the Buffalo Bills, but I'd say we're on track for that.
Then you had Brock Bowers. You said he would finish as a top 5 tight end, which right
in
now
points
is
per
3.
game, and that was even a hedge because I didn't know how quick to a start he would come
he's
up.
probably number 2 in points per game. So that's probably
he is number 2.
Yeah.
So I crushed it.
Yeah, and he's also top 5 just in general, so that's good. Then you had McLaughlin.
Oh. Yeah.
You were really in on him. I believe we filmed it right after we watched the Colts Broncos preseason game.
Yes.
And you were like raving about how good he looked.
He does look good. That's the thing. It's just I don't know what I don't know what the run game's doing, but
I just don't think they use him correctly, to be honest with you. I think he should be an Eckler role, not a they just put him in like a normal running back, and they don't really use him as like a scat back.
I know. Sean Payton has failed so far with the run game in Denver, but I digress.
Yeah. And then I had Jamar Chase, which obviously everyone would have Jamar Chase, but I said he would finish as the wide receiver one this year.
Oh, look at you. And he's currently the number
Yeah,
one.
so
Damn.
far he's number one. So that's the
That's
biggest thing I'll hang my hat on.
right. I mean,
That's
top
pretty
three
sick.
receiver in the league is number one. Imagine that.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
I'll
you
give
know,
it to you though. I'll
Joe
give it to
Burrow
you though.
was coming off the injury and okay. I had Josh Downs, which
Really?
the game. Yeah, I honestly forgot I did too, but yeah, he's one of my sleepers.
Really?
Yeah.
I think you're lying.
No, I swear he's actually in the thumbnail for that video.
Oh, hell yeah. All right. Well, shit. Good job.
Yeah, which he has been actually really good every game he's played. He just was hurt for
Yeah.
what 3 or 4 weeks this season, or suspended maybe, something like
No, he was
that.
hurt. He was hurt.
Then I had Jordan Love, who I think has been pretty good, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Jordan Love was the QB5, I believe.
Yeah, he's also dealt with a lot of injuries. And then my last sleeper was Tyrone Tracy,
Okay. Damn.
which I kind of hit, dude.
Bro.
I kind of hit on the people I was like, sleepers and shit.
Yeah, dude. I mean, was there a miss in there at all?
No,
Damn. All right.
I don't know.
Fuck
Well,
you,
this isn't
Christian
all of
Watson
our
and Jaleel
picks.
McLaughlin.
This isn't all of our picks.
Oh, really?
Because I did through through 3 different prediction shows. All right, and then on the bad side, all right, these are the players that me and Kyle thought were not going to play well. Kyle had Puka Nacua,
Oh, yeah. Well,
which
wait, is this like the poison picks?
yeah,
I can
he
run
was
through
one of
it.
your poison picks.
I've got this.
Oh, okay.
So Puka Nacua just at draft cost at the 1-2 turn. I mean, he's played in 2 games. In first game, he had 35 yards, got hurt, and then his first game back, he comes back for 5 for 106. I wasn't predicting an injury, so I don't know if I can take.
Yeah,
credit
it's
for
kind of a
that.
scratch.
I mean, it's kind of a
because-
wash for Puka. But number 2, Rashad White. I was big hater on Rashad White. I don't know if this is what you
Yeah.
wrote down. Is this like the
Yeah.
same list? Yeah. So Rashad White is
Yeah.
currently the RB 32, and he was the RB
It's
14
not been good.
ADP pre-draft. No, he was not good.
I think
Bucky
he was a
Irving.
3rd or 4th round pick.
Yeah, it was RB
ADP.
14. I mean, that's
Yeah.
top of the 3rd round. No. Bucky Irving has wedged his way into being a relevant piece because he is very good. Leads the NFL in missed tackles forced, by the way. And Rashad White's just not good. I said he wasn't good, and damn near not worth being a cornerstone of your team. And if it is and has been the cornerstone of your team, you have a losing record, guarantee it. So,
Oh yeah.
and
I want to say
then
Timmy had him,
I know, and
which
guess
is
what?
he's in last place in our league.
Say la vie. Zay Flowers. This one,
He's been all right.
So he is currently the wide receiver 20 in our league, and his ADP was at wide receiver 29. So he has exceeded his ADP, and he's had like a small stretch of good games. It's just his bad games are really bad, and I put here is like he's boom or bust, but we knew that going into the year. Like that's what he was last year. So we were hoping for a little bit more consistency with this year. And I don't think it's come the way we exactly wanted it. But I will say, if you took him where you took him, you're probably still a little upset. But if you were able to get him later or acquire or traded for him, like he's someone that I would like to have on my team now. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll let you be the final call. Where do you say that lies?
I think that you did kind of hit on that pick because Zay Flowers is one of those players that at the end of the season, he's going to have a high finishing spot, but he's not somebody that you can rely on. And so he's poisonous to your team because you're going to start him one week and he's going to get 3 points and you're going to lose your week because he got 3 points. And surely he's had a couple performances this year. I wouldn't say any boom performances, but he's had 15, 14 a couple times.
He's had
So he's kept you afloat a couple of times, but he has not won you weeks, and he is losing you weeks. So
um he
that's the thing.
Zay Flowers, he's had a stretch run of being really good. I think there was 3 weeks in a row. He was over 100 yards. Um, I'm gonna look it up while we're doing that because I'm curious because
Okay,
I traded
I
Zay
looked it up earlier,
Flowers.
and it looked like he was going on and off and on and off. But
I traded Zay Flowers for Marvin Harrison straight up, and everyone clowned me for it. And they're saying
no, it
for
wasn't Zay Flowers from Marv straight
yes,
up.
it was. Yeah, it was. And weeks 5, 6, and 7, or sorry, 5, 6, dud 7, 8. He had 111 yards, 132, then 11, then 115. So 3 out of the last 4 weeks, he's had well over 100 yards. The thing with him is he only has one touchdown, and it came in week 2
Yeah,
when he went 91-1. But other than that, he had 37 yards, 20 yards, 10 yards, 11 yards. Like those are his lows. So
yeah. It doesn't help that they have Derrick Henry, who's like, even if Derrick Henry has 40 yards in a game, he's gonna have 2 touchdowns. So
yeah, no, for sure, bro. I cannot get over this. This is crazy to me. God, I don't know how people without beards do it. And I'll wrap up with 1.5 final poison picks to go over. Drake London, he's wide receiver 8 in our league. ADP wide receiver 11. He's been fantastic. I don't know if you've been paying
yeah,
attention.
you took the L on that one, which we both did.
Well,
Honestly, I was more in on him than you, but I didn't think that he would be as good as he's been.
so he had a slow start, like a very slow start. The first 3 weeks were
Yeah,
not good, but once he had that breakout game against the Bucks on Monday Night Football or Thursday night, one of the primetime games, he hasn't looked back. I think he scored a touchdown in 4 straight games. In 5 of the last 6, he scored a touchdown. Like
yeah.
he's a
If you
touchdown
watch the
machine.
games, which I've been watching the games because I have Bijan, um, he's the target.
Yeah.
I actually picked up Darnell Mooney because I thought Darnell Mooney seemed to like in the first couple of weeks. It was like, oh, that might be the guy for Kirk Cousins.
Well, I
And
have a fun fact for you.
what?
Darnell Mooney and Drake London, the Falcons, the only team in the NFL with 2 wide receiver ones. Fantasy. Darnell Mooney is a wide
T.
receiver 1.
T. Higgins isn't a wide receiver one.
Mm-mm.
Oh,
No,
wow. Okay.
I mean probably because they both missed, or T Higgins missed some time.
Yeah.
It's already, but yeah. So crazy to think, but yeah, no, Drake
Yeah.
London. He's been. I have screenshots of the Drake London manager in our league saying I'm never drafting Drake London again. Like that's what he
Yeah.
said, and it took some time to get the
I
offense
would put him up
clicking.
there with, like, I would call him a top 5 wide receiver rest of the season, in my opinion. So
I'd have to really think about it. Top 8 for sure.
I'd put him up, honestly, like, I'd probably put him over A.J. Brown right now.
Over AJ Brown, that's crazy.
Dude, I think so. I mean,
AJ
look what
Brown
he's
is just
done.
such a better deep threat than Drake London. That like
Yeah,
I
I
don't know.
mean,
I would
Darnell
say
Mooney is the guy. That's what sucks is that Darnell Mooney is so good at the deep ball that Drake London probably won't have a lot of them.
yeah,
I
Drake
don't think it's
London.
that Drake London can't do it. I just think that they have a guy who specializes in it.
Drake London to me is Mike Evans Jr. Not that Mike Evans can't be a great deep ball because like he
Well, I
can,
was gonna say
but
yeah,
he's not a yards after catch type guy. He's a contested catch, big body over the middle of the field, go up and grab it. That's
mhm.
Drake London too. But I mean, I would take Tyreek now that Tua's back, rest of season. Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson. I would take AJ
I'm
Brown.
still scared of Tyreek.
Why would you be scared of Tyreek?
Not that like I don't think he's gonna be a good player rest of season, but I wouldn't put him in the top 5 personally.
You would put him. So who? So who else? Who else is in
Well,
that
Tua
top
looked
5?
like shit in his first game back, which
He didn't look
first game back
terrible.
from concussions, but
And then Tyreek
I
had
just
72 yards. Like that's not like crushing you.
yeah, I know. I'm just saying I don't put him in the top 5, but I don't think Tua is gonna be what he was.
Okay. Well, then give me your top 5 then, real quick.
Uh, I think Jamar Chase will stay in the top 5.
Mm-hmm.
Justin Jefferson. Um,
I mean,
kind of blanking on receivers right now.
Puka, um, Garrett Wilson, Devontae Adams,
Honestly, I'd put
Amon
McLaurin in the
Ra,
top five.
McLaurin, top five.
Dude, I don't think he scored less than like 13 points in.
He's been great. I don't know. I don't know. We'll have to dive deep into that. We should do. You know
Yeah,
what? Maybe our
I
next
would.
show
I
we do
do.
rest of
Yeah,
season rankings. Let's do that.
yeah. I want to dive into that. Yeah, we should do that
Okay, cool. Lit.
because I'm curious. Like, it's hard to tell because, especially with like rankings of where people are, if you just look at the number, it's
Take
like,
Malik Neighbors or Drake London.
well, yeah, because okay, Neighbors is a good point. You look at like Neighbors versus a person like Terry McLaurin.
Mm-hmm.
Terry McLaurin's been much better for your team probably than Malik Neighbors.
Well, because
But
Malik
Malik
Neighbors
Neighbors has
missed
had
two
games where
games.
he's had 20 points back to back. You know what I mean? So it's like,
I don't know.
yeah.
I'm saying we'll dive into that because I'm curious now. So we'll do that next show. But point being, Drake London, he's legit worth
All
the
right.
pick after the first few
Let's
weeks.
just
And my
let's run
final
through
one was
my.
Hollywood
Oh
Brown,
yeah.
but he
Oh yeah.
I are done for the year. So a wash.
All right. You want to run? Did you write down mine or no?
No.
Okay. Well, I didn't write down all of mine. I only wrote down 4 of each was, but I'll just go through what I had. Um, I think the other one. Oh, I know my fifth one. All right. So I had Stephon Diggs, which I think is a good pick because ADP wise, he was decently still up there, and he hasn't really done much for anybody. Um, he's done okay since Nico's left,
I would
but
say Stephon Diggs was a good pick. He's been good.
I would say he's been okay for where you. I would say where you picked him is where he is.
Um, I mean, he has nearly 500 yards and 3 touchdowns through 8 games. I mean, his point total 15, 3, 9, 13, 9, 13, 2, 7. So I think that's kind of exactly where I would have expected him to be. You know, like very involved, but doesn't really have like those ceiling games anymore because
Right.
he has that. So like that's fine. I'm curious what his actual ADP was um, to see
Okay.
if it would be
Well,
worth it, but
I
it doesn't
had
matter
Jordan
now.
Addison.
He's done. Oh
Um,
yeah, that's great.
yeah, Jordan Addison hasn't done anything.
No,
Which that was an obvious one. Sam Darnold being there.
but even then,
Um,
but I still think it has something to say. Sam Darnold's been great, and Jordan Addison
yeah,
still hasn't been. So like,
and I think we were both on the same page with Sam Darnold. We didn't think that he was going to be bad. I thought that Sam Darnold would be okay. I didn't think he would be as good as he's been,
I
but
thought
I thought
Justin
that he would
Jefferson
be
would
okay.
still be good. I didn't think that Sam Darnold himself. Sam
Well,
Darnold definitely has like overperformed from what I expected.
I think that the reason Sam Darnold is been okay is because of Justin Jefferson. Personally,
Mm,
they've had a better run game than they had last year.
yeah. Well, the team
So
just
they
overall is better than what they were. I don't, and I think Sam Darnold
yeah,
has benefited from that as well. But
yeah. Anyways, I had Roma Dunze, which that's a good pick. He did
just not working.
that whole offense just hasn't been as good as they were supposed to be. I had CJ Stroud, which is like
No,
okay,
he's not been good.
yeah. And I mean, he hasn't been good, but I wouldn't say he hasn't killed you. I don't think.
I mean, he is the QB. Um, he's the QB 16. So drafting him in the
Okay, yes, that's poisonous. Yeah,
he
he was
is
drafted in like
behind Sam Darnold, currently behind Bo Nix, Trevor
well, he was drafted
Lawrence,
before Jordan Love.
and Jordan. Yeah, Jordan Love is ahead of him by a spot. Geno
Yeah,
Smith is ahead of him. Kirk Cousins ahead of him. So like,
Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield.
well, Baker Mayfield's the QB2 on the year. So,
Yeah,
but yeah, so yeah, he's been 100% a bust of a pick. I will
yeah.
say, like with confidence, he's just not been worth the pick.
All right, and then I had Josh Jacobs, which
Wah.
I think
Josh Jacobs is currently the RB 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, RB 10.
okay. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, for where you drafted him, Kyle didn't have to draft him, but he was going in like the third or fourth round.
RB10 in the third round, in the fourth round. That's great.
I don't know. I'm just saying he's been better as of late.
Well,
He's had some shitty games.
he had a game. His worst game is 4.8 points. He had 10, 15, 4, 7, 15, 9, 15, 26 this last week. So he finally got into the end zone. He's had 3 rushing touchdowns on the year, but like I said, he's top 5 in the NFL in rushing yards. Like Jordan Love has had way more passing touchdowns, like short area passing touchdowns than Josh Jacobs. So that's the reason I traded for him. Is I thought for sure that the touchdowns will have to finally come his way. He can't be getting this many carries, this many yards, and have before this week 1 rushing touchdown through 8 weeks. So
yeah, I think that was his issue last year, wasn't it?
No, his issue last year he was like
touchdowns.
1.7 a carry.
Well, yes, but I think he also only had like 2 touchdowns last year.
Yeah,
too.
I mean he was just all around bad. But
all right, we're getting into these buy sells.
Yeah.
Or, it's not buy sells you guys would think. Basically, me and Kyle are gonna pick
you win or you out.
Okay, yeah, we'll call it. You win. So now you're just doubling your costume. Now you're not only Wolverine, but you're also from New York.
Fuck off.
Listen to me, Jimmy.
Also, I don't smoke cigars. This is incredibly uncomfortable to hold in your mouth.
Yeah, well,
like
it also probably just that texture probably sucks.
Well, I'm trying not to get it all like wet and slimy in case I do decide to smoke this one day. I got it in Mexico.
Oh, what?
Yeah. I wanted it. I had no plans on how to smoke it, but so I don't want to get it like all slobbery in case I decide to smoke it one day.
You should light it up right now.
Yeah, my new apartment. Just spark it up in here. Maria will come open the door. It would just be hot box as fuck. Oh, jeez.
Hey, if you light it up, you can always save it.
This is gonna be. Okay. It's probably all dried out and.
It's gonna smell up your whole house. Don't do it.
I can go on the balcony and do it. You know what? That's for a special occasion when the Broncos win the Super Bowl this year. I'll.
Yeah, or the Florida State wins one game.
Georgia Southern, here we come, baby, sparking it up. Anyways,
all right, so we're about to start. Are you in or you out?
You in or you out?
You out, huh?
So,
Jimmy, I don't know what to tell you, man. They follow me.
Fuck you, Jimmy.
Fuck you, Jimmy. Oh, that was like British.
I know. So I took care of the you win players because I was going through. I was trying to do both, but I found like some players that I feel extremely strong about. Next thing you know, I was up to 7. I was up to 7 players that like I'm in rest of season. So I was like, you know what? I don't want this episode to be 2 hours long. So I'm gonna take care of these. Justin's gonna take care of the sells, and we may agree, disagree. I haven't seen which ones he's out on, but these are the ones I'm in on. I'll start first.
Yeah, hold on. Before you get in, I gotta go do something real quick.
Well, okay then.
Hold on.
What the hell is this? I got no idea what he's doing. Is this song supposed to be something? Did he plan this? If you made it this far into the show, I'm just scared. If you're listening on audio only, Justin has got his moves out. Kirko chains and dancing to it right now. All right. Well, I think your intro beat mine.
All right, let's get into it.
I was sitting here. I thought you legit laughed. I was talking to everyone, just saying, I don't. Is this supposed to be like elevator music? Is he just like? Is this like intermission music? Did he have this planned? And then I just see you like boobs out, chugging in.
That's hilarious.
Oh, anyways, I don't know where to go from here. That was
It's
great.
only up from here, baby.
That was great. Am I going first? I'm going first now.
You really thought I wouldn't beat Kirko Chains?
I don't know, bro. No idea. See, okay, cool. I like it because I did not know what to expect. I'm kind of speechless right now. I did not expect you to just come out, just moves out. Anyways, let's get into the UN players. Bro, my cheeks hurt. My cheeks hurt, bro. Oh, damn.
Shit.
So let me know if you agree. But my number one is who I'm in on rest of season is Najee Harris. I know you've not been a big fan of Najee throughout, and it's been like Najee Harris, Michael Pittman, vanilla ice cream, great, but you wish you had something else. That's how I feel. And the reason is he's had 3 straight 100-yard games, and Russ has this offense moving quicker, more efficient, more scoring opportunities. Justin Fields was winning, and it pains me to say that Russell Wilson just got the magic juice back from Mike Tomlin and the Steelers. He still is doing those stupid Russell Wilson, like, he thinks he's Lamar Jackson, scramble around back there and take a sack because he just is so dumb.
I wouldn't say he's back, you know.
No,
he's
no.
not back to Russell Wilson
hyperbolic.
that we used to know. But
Right. But he's revived this Steelers offense. Like, the passing numbers are easier, which then allows Najee to run. Najee is actually second in the NFL in broken tackles, tied for second. So he's not, but with Bijan.
he's looked good, like, when we're watching him. Like, I thought he's looked pretty good.
Yeah, who else? As I saw, Najee Harris is tied. So number 1 in the league is actually James Conner, by the way.
With broken tackles.
Yeah. And then it's a 3-way tie between Najee, Bijan, and I can't remember who it is. There's one other person, but anyways, he's been great, and 3 straight 100-yard games with Russ. I mean, only 2 of those, but I don't know. I just think that the offense is going to continue to keep moving, and they're going to be good. Najee Harris is cheap if you want to trade for him. Like, and not cheap, but like name value. He's not up there like in the untouchables.
Yeah.
So if you're into it, I'm into it. And I owe this man an apology. I think you know who it is.
No, you don't. You don't. Wait. Oh, wait. Are you saying you owe Najee an apology?
No.
Okay.
No. I'm on to the next. I'm running through these. I got 7 of them. I don't know if you want to like bounce back and forth. Do you want to? You know what? Let's just do one at a time. Let's do one at a time. Okay. I'm in on Najee Harris rest of the season. Who are you out on?
I'm out on Zay Flowers.
Okay.
The Ravens just traded for Deontay Johnson. Personally, I honestly think Deontay Johnson may be a better wide receiver than Zay Flowers anyways, but it really doesn't matter because he's good enough to get a ton of playing time and a ton of targets, and Zay Flowers cannot afford to lose any targets to anybody. Not only that, I think Mark Andrews will come alive at some point this season.
Yeah.
He's going to take targets from it. It's going to be nasty on the receiving end of that team, in my opinion. They also have a terrible schedule.
Oh, do they really? I haven't seen the Ravens passing schedule.
It's pretty bad. They've had a pretty easy schedule so far. They really haven't versed any or played anybody that's like insane. So we'll see.
Yeah.
See if Lamar and the Ravens can keep it up.
I mean, it sucks because, like we just talked about Zay Flowers. He's so he's so hot or cold. But like the hot games, he'll be hot and he'll get 13 targets, which he's had a game of 14 targets already this year. But then he'll have a game of like 4. And so if you
Yeah.
throw Deontay Johnson in there, they're a team that's making a play for the playoffs and for a Super Bowl this year. So
Well,
they what?
yeah. Well, like I said, like he has not necessarily won you weeks anyways, but he's done well for you on certain weeks.
Yeah.
If you take the ceiling away
Yeah.
of him even doing well, and you definitely take the ceiling away from him having like an insane game, then yeah, he's really not worth even having on your team.
No, for sure. So, no, I'm in. At this point, like maybe you can't move on from Zay Flowers. Maybe you can find someone who's interested if you want to move on. Um, Temper expectations per Kirko Chains. All right, so I'm in on a person who I said I owe an apology to. I think everyone owes an apology to. It's Mr. DeAndre Swift. I'm in on DeAndre Swift rest of year. Of course, he gave me fool me once, shame on me. Or shame on you, fool me twice. Shame on you. Fool me can't get fooled again. So on the fool me can't get fooled again, I said bench DeAndre Swift at all costs until he proves otherwise. Whoa. Zelda just bust in.
Yeah, she busted down the dough.
um, she, Jesus Christ, I'm talking about a dog. What? What are you making?
Salty dog.
You got salty dog? Oh, sick. Look at you.
I'm living.
DeAndre,
I'm gonna eat my salty dog wearing this.
bro, chow down. Don't.
I am Kirko Chains today.
DeAndre Swift has had 4 straight weeks of 17 or more fantasy points.
He's been incredible.
That's what
He
I'm saying.
he may be the best running back in the last 5-game stretch.
Well, 4 straight weeks, 17 points plus. That's like
And
the
some
bottom
of those
of
have
the
been
floor.
more than that.
Yes, he's had a game in our league of 28 points. Like he's been incredible. So maybe it just took a few weeks with Caleb Williams and the offense to get going. Who the hell knows? But he has been great, and so I owe him an apology. I think he'll continue to be maybe not 17 plus points minimum every week, but he's the Bears. They're winning games, and like something's starting to click. So
Okay, let me just get this out of the way then. Maybe you'll have to do 2 back-to-back because he was actually one of my.
oh, you're out. See, I
Listen.
see. I kind of wanted to see this. So
Part of it is that his trade value is so high right now. I was thinking that he's definitely a player that if I had him on my team, I would try to. You might be able to get Christian McCaffrey out of him right now. Honestly,
I mean, you can add some more.
dude, if somebody goes and looks at his stats, they're insane. And it's not like DeAndre Swift has never done this before. He was really good last year.
Yeah,
Um,
I think you'd still have to add.
yeah,
Another
it'd have
piece,
to be
but-
like DeAndre Swift and like, but I think it would be more of a throw-in player rather than like one of your starting wide receivers.
No, for sure.
But the main reason is DeAndre Swift has not had a hard matchup in that stretch of games. He's not faced a defense that it's a trend. The beginning of the season, he sucked. He had hard matchups. He then goes on a stretch of really easy matchups, dominates. Coming up, he plays starting week 12. So this is the home stretch, right? He's got Vikings, Lions, 49ers, Vikings, Lions. And Lions, the last Lions, that's
I did see that.
championship.
I did see that. His schedule is not that good. I just think that the
I'm on the same
utilization-
page with you though. It's not that I don't think that he's going to suck. He's just not going to keep doing what he's doing, in my opinion.
Which fair. It's hard to maintain 17 plus points each the next 4 weeks. I'm just saying his involvement, the offense seems to be figuring things out, and at least figuring out things with him able to move the ball on the ground. Which the first 3 weeks it was like they couldn't block a fly. So, I mean, I quite literally said in my key takeaways portion of this show, bench at all costs. Like I don't care. Bench him until he proves it, and then the
Yeah,
next
we were
week,
both. Yeah,
20 points.
we proved
So,
it. Yeah.
um,
I think I've had him in my DraftKings lineup every single week for like the last 5 weeks.
yeah. So,
He's been really cheap on there still for some reason.
all right. Well, so that was your out as well. So another person we just talked about. I'm in rest of season. James Conner. This might be a
I
layup,
like that one.
but
It is kind of a layup.
because he has been really good, but he's having elite usage. Like he out of all tell me the true elite workhorse running backs in the NFL right now. I can tell you them. Kyron Williams, Saquon Barkley, Jonathan Taylor, James Conner, Derrick Henry.
I wouldn't put Derrick Henry in there.
I would. Well,
We just saw last week. I mean,
I
he
mean, okay,
really got
situationally
taken out for half the game because
for rushing attempts.
they're losing.
For rushing attempts, like they're not bringing in another back for rushing it. But
If you have a
fair.
back coming in for drives,
For sure. Okay.
that's not a workhorse
Okay.
back.
Fine. Anyways, take Derrick Henry out. That's a very short list, and James Conner is on there. Like Trey Benson's not
Yeah,
coming in for more than 3 plays in a row. Like they're just not doing it. So his elite
Unfortunately
usage. If you want to trade for him, James Conner still doesn't seem sexy to me. Like the name wise, like I feel like you could acquire James Conner if you want.
I wanted him so bad in the draft. Him and James Cook, I've been in on, and man, I still wish I had both of them.
I know. I thought about trading for James Conner so many times because out of all the running backs in the league, like I want and think I'm worth giving up assets to go and get. But I have Trey McBride and Marvin Harrison. I don't want 3 Cardinals on my team.
Yeah,
That's
tough.
like the biggest deterrent, you know?
Who would you rather have, James Conner or Josh Jacobs, rest of the season? Actually, scratch that. I think
So
that's easy,
tough.
James Conner. Who would you rather have, James
I don't
Conner
think
or
that
Brees
that's
Hall, rest of the season?
dickhead. Um, that's really gross. See, this is one of those things where if you ask me, I'm gonna say James Conner. But if someone sent me a trade, James Conner for Brees Hall, I'd tell you to kick
Yeah,
rocks.
on paper it would look gross. Yeah, but if you think about it
I
logically,
know.
like
I know.
the answer is probably James Conner.
See, but
It's
that's
been great.
but
I'm just trying
I'm
to prove that I'm not trying
well,
to
I'm also holding
put you
out.
in turmoil over your team, but I'm just
I'm
trying to prove how good James
no,
Conner's
James
been.
Conner's great, and like I said, I thought about giving up a lot to get him, but I have the other 2 Cardinals, and but Brees Hall also has like the easiest rest of season like strength for running backs, so I'm still like holding out hope he can be that elite monster I drafted him to be. Um, so like from this point on, I don't think it's so like that trade specifically, James Conner for Brees Hall. I think I'd rather just like wait and see. But James Conner, I am saying here, he's going to be fantastic rest of the year. He's up there. He's a top ranked running back already, but I don't can expect it to slow down. So
Yeah.
that is all.
All right. Let me give my next one. I've got Kareem Hunt. If you are someone who picked up Kareem Hunt, you've probably been starting him because he's been great.
It's been good, really good.
My issue is Kareem Hunt has not been efficient, which Pacheco wasn't efficient either, and that's kind of like I'm not saying that Kareem Hunt is going to suck, but what he's been doing is not going to be sustainable for a player not only that old, but that inefficient. He's been living off of touchdowns, and I don't think that's going to continue. DeAndre Hopkins is known to get a ton of touchdowns as well, just coming into that offense. Travis Kelce is going to get heated up later into the season, as he always does. So, yeah, that's my reasoning. I don't think I trade him away. I think it's a good decision.
Yeah. I still think he'll be fine as long as
Yeah,
he's the
I
starting
think he'll
back.
be like an 8 to 9 point per game running back.
I mean, it wouldn't shock me if he gives you like 15 for 60 one game, no touchdowns, and then you're stuck with 6 points. He hasn't been getting a ton of receptions, which
Yeah,
I
he's already
think
done that.
he's past his prime of his career to be like a valuable pass catching weapon. So, no, I agree. Kareem Hunt seemed like a waiver wire plug and play solid option once he became available in the starting back for the Chiefs, and I think he'll continue to be that. I think he's just overproduced from where he will
Yeah,
finish. Like these first 3 weeks, I think will be known as like the highlight of his second half year tenure with the Chiefs.
I agree.
You better. You said it.
Well, I agreed with
I know. I know.
this will be the highlight.
Um, you're gonna enjoy this one. I'm in on Terry McLaurin rest of season.
I like that.
I know you are. He's a sneaky wide receiver 7 on the year. He's been
That's with
fantastic.
2 really bad games.
I know. He's involved. He's talented. We knew this coming in. Jaden Daniels been feeding him the ball, and they are moving on offense. I say every offensive piece. It's a funneled offense, but an efficient offense. Like the run game's crazy. Jaden Daniels gets his. Terry McLaurin gets his. It's quite literally the passing game in Washington is 2 halves. This half is Terry McLaurin. This half is everyone else. Like it's a big conglomerate of yardage and points
Honestly,
to go around. But
it's a dream offense for fantasy football.
Yes,
because everybody is getting their slice of the pie. Jaden Daniels is getting his slice of the pie in the rushing game, and so Eckler's getting his slice of the pie in the receiving game.
Mm-hmm.
Brian
Robinson,
what's his name? Robinson is getting the touchdowns and the yardage on the rushing. Everybody's eating.
I know.
Ertz is even good.
Yeah. Okay, so
it's insane.
Take it back. It's a 50, 25, 25%. It's 50% Terry McLaurin, 25 Ertz, 25 everyone else.
I haven't seen this since like the really good Chiefs team, where you had Hill eating, you had Kelsey eating, and you had Kareem Hunt before the kicking incident. Yeah.
No, I'm in on Terry McLaurin. It's so nice because I've always liked Terry McLaurin and seen him as like someone I want. But I'd say like the last half year to full year, he just like always left a bad taste in my mouth because it's like I know I'm gonna get 6.5 points. I know I'm gonna get 8 points, and it's like
well, it's just sad to watch because even when he had the shittiest quarterbacks, man, he still is making unbelievable plays. There was a play a couple years ago where he does like a 360 in the air, like mosses somebody 360s, lands in the end zone. He's so talented.
And there's that one play where he was like falling backwards, one-handed, like out of bounds. Remember that one? Or it was like maybe he was like facing the opposite way and like caught it like this. I can't remember what it was. I just remember seeing him like falling out of bounds through such a tight window, and he caught the ball. So I was like, bro, no way.
It's just insane.
So yeah, Terry McLaurin, I'm in.
I like it. All right, my next out. I don't do a good Jersey accent or whatever the hell that is. My next out is Lamar Jackson.
Whoa, that's crazy.
Listen, it's not that I think he's gonna suck. A lot of these are not. It's hard to be out on people because you have to choose people who are already in.
Yeah.
You can't choose people who are out to be out. That's just dumb. Yeah, so I have to choose people who are in. It's the schedule. Lamar Jackson, like I said, is at a super easy schedule, and that's why he's a quarterback 1 right now.
Oh, yeah,
I'm not saying that he's going to fall off the face of the planet, but I do think that it's going to level out back to the Lamar Jackson he's been the last couple of years.
Also, for context, it's been Lamar Jackson, Baker Mayfield, huge gap, everyone else. Like, there's a massive gap. So, Lamar has been playing incredible.
He's been great. I actually didn't realize how good he had been. I didn't realize he was even the quarterback 1.
Yeah.
I went to look at his stats. I was just looking through random players, and then that's when I was like, okay, he's the quarterback 1. Let's see what his schedule is the rest of the season because that'll decide if I'm out or not. And
he plays the Broncos this weekend. Shut
Yeah,
him down.
so starting with this week, he starts with the Broncos, the
They're
Steelers,
they're also playing their badass alternate jerseys, and I'm so fucking pissed because they look so cool, so cool.
the Ravens. Yeah.
But anyways,
Broncos, Steelers, Chargers, Eagles, bye. He has a late bye, so that's part of the reason why I'm at. Steelers, Texans. So the rest of the season, you're talking about all through playoffs, starting from here on, crappy. The worst probably you could have,
yeah.
other than like Minnesota or the Dolphins
The
for
problem,
quarterbacks. So
so like, so
I'm not saying
hypothetically,
he's going to be terrible, but I just don't think he. I don't know if against those that good of a defense, I don't know if he has another 40-point game.
the thing is like, so hypothetically, if you wanted to, like, if you wanted to move on from Lamar, you think the same as Justin. You wanted to move on. Where would you go though? Like, is there so because like quarterback? I told you it's Lamar, Baker Mayfield, everyone else like by a fat margin. Would you try and
Yeah,
like package a Lamar for like I don't know Lamar for
I would trade
Kyler
the.
and someone else? Would you
There's
do
three
that?
players, maybe four. I think there's five.
Okay.
There's
Well,
five players
okay.
that
So
I
then there's
would.
clearly options that you think that would be worth it to do
I
this.
think. Um, Man, I think I just lost the five players I was thinking of. Joe
All five?
Burrow,
You okay?
Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Jaden Daniels, Jalen Hurts. Oh man, who's my fifth?
I mean, even then we can
Or
start with
stick
those
with those four.
four. Joe Burrow. I mean,
They've all been up there. They're all like, yes, they're under that gap. All of the players I mentioned, but they have been great, all of them, and they all have good schedules the rest of the season. This is the time of the year where schedule matters almost more than talent.
I know. I'm just trying to think because I have Jalen Hurts. So
I have Jamar Chase
if
week
someone,
17 championship. If I make it to the championship, I've got Pat Sertan on
ooh,
Jamar Chase.
well,
I'm not
so
sure how I feel about that yet.
well, but you were just saying as far as that's the opposite of your point. You're saying like Joe Burrow then has to go against Denver in championship. Wait,
That's
Denver's
just
gotta
one
play the
game, though. That's
Bengals?
just one game.
Ugh.
That's just
Anyways,
one game. I
no,
think that's like,
I know,
yeah.
but
Other than that, it's a good schedule.
I have Jalen Hurts, and if someone came to me with Lamar Jackson,
I
I
wouldn't do it.
if it's one for one,
The fact that you're thinking about it proves my point.
I mean, but Jalen Hurts is also
He's
like
the
the QB
quarterback one right
7.
now, and if you think he's going to continue, here's my point. He's not going to continue doing what he's doing. I'm not saying he's going to suck,
Yeah,
but if you have to think about it, then what you're saying is he's not going to continue what he's been doing.
I don't know if it's
Because
so much
if he
that.
was, then you would 100% make the trade because he's been the best quarterback. Why would you not make the trade if you
Well,
don't think that he's
personally,
going
I
to
just think
taper off?
Jalen Hurts has underperformed because he had the first half of the season without AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, and a game without Dallas Goddard. So like, I think that has hindered him. So like, I won't do Jalen Hurts, but like, who else did you say? You said Joe Burrow, Josh Allen. Personally, I would 100% keep Lamar Jackson over Josh Allen. Just by the way
I don't know.
that the team has,
They just got Amari Cooper. Um,
which I'm fully in
Keon
on.
Coleman is coming into his own. Shakir is serviceable. I think that the offense that they are running, I think a lot of it is that they want to run the ball because that's how you win games.
Yeah,
But also, I think part of it has been the reason why he hasn't been as good as he's usually been is because they couldn't be.
yeah,
Because Keon Coleman at the beginning of the season was not Stephon Diggs.
fair.
So
All right,
if they have Amari Cooper, who could be that Stephon Diggs, plus Keon Coleman coming into his own, that could be the better offense that we've seen in passing game.
fair, Fair. All right. We're right at an hour, so we're gonna speed run through these last few.
All right, let's do it.
You mentioned
Yeah,
him
'cause we still
before.
have
Yeah,
stuff.
we still got
Okay.
a thing to do. So, I'm in on Josh Downs. That's who I said. Josh Downs in the games he's played,
Yeah,
he's been fantastic. Joe Flacco, the
probably
ongoing
the start of the rest of
starter
the year,
rest of the year,
unless
barring
Flacco gets
injury.
hurt.
Right. So, Josh Downs, best receiver the Colts got. He can kind of do it all. Deep threat, intermediate range. Like he's just a great player. I loved him out of North Carolina coming in. I'm in on Josh Downs,
I think it's the best wide receiver.
and I'll run through two quarterbacks because we wanted to touch on quarterbacks. Someone who I think shit first half, bounce back. Someone I would be happy to have as my, I would say QB2. Like if you're rostering two QBs, but I also like to have an elite QB. But Matthew Stafford, he's got Cup and Puka back, and the first game he did, he put up 4 touchdowns. And granted, 2 of them weren't even to Puka and
I honestly thought about picking him up.
yeah, I mean, as far as like a QB2 to have on your team or a streaming out, like Matthew Stafford, he was great last year when he had a full complement of his weapons. He's going to be great. And then final, my hometown Bo Nix. My notes here. I mean, granted, his first 3 weeks of the year. I mean,
I think he's a
specifically.
great streaming quarterback.
And that's exactly what
Rest
I
of the
put.
season.
I said he lacks even decent weapons. Receivers are trash, terrible. But the lack of run game that Denver has and his rushing ability makes him a solid start rest of season in good matchups, is exactly what I said. So, like,
Yeah,
he
I'm starting.
is a great rushing quarterback. It doesn't seem like it, but he averages over 40 rush yards a game. And he had 12 touchdowns last month. He won Offensive Rookie of the Month. Like he leads the NFL for rookies in total touchdowns. Like he's been great.
That's surprising. He's been offensive rookie of the month, but
yeah.
Over Jaden Daniels.
Of the month. Granted, Jaden Daniels missed 3/4 of a game, getting knocked out. But no, Bo Nix has been great. Denver's 5-3 with.
He has been really good the last 4 games. Or
So
5 games, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ever since you guys played Tampa, yeah.
For the month of October, he's been cooking. So their schedule does get harder, but like I said, QB2 in decent matchups. I'm in on Bo Nix rest of the year. Now,
Yeah, I think he's probably one of the best streaming quarterbacks rest season. All right, I'm just gonna list them off. I'm not even gonna give reasonings. And then
all I heard was just like.
You just tell me what you think.
All right, hit me.
We're gonna disagree on probably all of these. Josh Jacobs, Brian Thomas, Cooper Kupp.
Did you just pick like top players in the league and say these guys fucking suck?
Dude, I had to pick people who are in.
No, but you don't have to pick like top of the league ones. Like, do you genuinely think?
I didn't start off with top of the league. I said Zay Flowers, Kareem Hunt, DeAndre Swift to start off.
I know, but Brian Thomas.
It just so happens that it's backloaded. Yes.
But Brian Thomas is the
Brian
wide receiver
Thomas,
5 on the year.
Rest of season schedule has Vikings, Lions, bye, Titans, Jets, Raiders, Titans.
Vikings, Lions,
and
food.
He's only had over 100 yards one time this season.
Yeah.
He has been a touchdown machine.
But that's him though.
Hard to replicate.
But that's him though. That's what it was at LSU. He had damn near 30 touchdowns last year. Like, he's a deep play guy. I love Brian Thomas. It pained me letting him go. So like Brian Thomas,
these are players that I'm not saying are going to suck. I'm just saying this is the home stretch, and this is where you have to think about getting players on your team who are going to win you the championship, not just get you to the playoffs.
I think he's there. So I mean,
I think he's a player that you could trade away for a player with of the same caliber but with a better schedule, and I would rather do that.
So I'll give you Josh Jacobs. I've tried to get you on the Josh Jacobs hype train, and you just refuse. But Cooper Cup, what?
Well, Josh Jacobs, it's his schedule.
Yeah, it's not that
He has
great.
Vikings week 17.
Yeah,
First of
I
all,
thought about that too.
um, Lions twice, Bears, 49ers, Dolphins.
Yeah, it's not great, Bob.
Yeah, it's bad. It's really bad.
um, but
Um,
okay, but what about Cooper Cup? Because we were both super in on Cooper Cup preseason. He played 2 games, great both, and even this past week had 51 yards and a touchdown. What have you seen that says
okay,
Cooper Cup is a sell or you're out? Well,
again, I
because
don't think he's gonna suck, but I think Cooper Cup is not gonna be as consistent. He's not the one on the team in my opinion. I think Puka is. That's where I'm at. That's the opinion that leads to this opinion. Um, they have a decently hard schedule. It's not anything crazy, but it's not great either. Um, and I think Puka is going to take over as the one. I think Puka is going to be the one with 100 yards each game and a touchdown, right? Whereas I think Cooper Cup is going to get 50 to 75 to 100 yards. You know, he'll still have great games, but I think he's going to be less consistent than you would love.
see, I think the opposite. I think that Cooper Cup will be more consistent, have more receptions, maybe less yardage than Puka, but I guarantee you that Cooper Cup finishes the year with more touchdowns than Puka. I think Cooper
I
Cup.
would bet my money on that too, but I just think the yardage is not going to be there.
Well, that's
So I
fine.
think
If
there's
you
going
give
to be games
me
where he has no touchdown and he has 6 points. That loses you your week.
8 for 65 and 1 versus 5 for 106 and none, I'll take the touchdown opportunity, the reception opportunity, and I'm just saying, like I like Puka a lot too, but
Yeah, yeah.
I just think
I'm
that
like I said, I would love to have Puka on my team,
well, me too.
and you do. And I'm not
Well, you
saying he's
said
going to be
Puka,
bad for your
but
team. Or sorry, I'd love to have Cup on my team.
I'm just saying
I just
I don't
think that
know. I haven't seen anything that says like I'm out
I'm
yet.
just saying, I he has not had a high yardage game yet. That's not like him. He usually was the team's. I mean, he was having games of 150 yards. He had a 2,000 yard season. That's
Yeah.
the player that he used to be, and now he's. I
Well,
think
he also
his
didn't have a
highest
Puka
yardage this
Nakua
season is
there.
like 75 yards. So
Yeah, fair.
that's all.
I'll still be starting him week in week out. All right. So we in and we out. We're
I
done.
feel like I was put in a terrible situation there, having to pick all the sell players.
Uh,
I have to be the heel. You have to pick players that are good to fail.
I picked players that are good and I'm still in on. It doesn't have to necessarily mean like you could have picked bad players that you're out on. So like you could have picked freaking I don't know, Rashad White or something. And like he's been bad, but he's still a
Yeah,
starter.
I
Like
guess.
you're still out. You know, it's a tale of two halves. But regardless, I'm gonna pull this up. Oh, and it doesn't have it here. Here, let me see. Nope. Other monitor. There we go. I just pulled up our FanDuel fantasy lineup, our
Is
DFS
that
lineup.
mine that you?
Yeah, I have them both.
Cool.
So, um, I have Justin's on the left, mine on the right. We do this every week. We actually just started looping in all of our other buddies as well. Just throw in $5. Justin won them both last week. How much total money did you get? So you got 10 from me and Caleb. Did everyone pay you already, or do we need to call them
So
out right
Gio
here?
hasn't paid me,
Dick.
so Gio needs to pay up. Everybody else is paid.
Okay. So how much money did you get? Because you got 10 from me and Caleb, and
So
then
what? 40 from one league and 10 from the other. It's
you
50
got
bucks.
$50. There you go. That'll pay for your parlays this weekend. But
Yeah, for real.
I'll explain what's on the screen because I don't know how you do it, but your team fits on your screenshots and mine doesn't. What phone do you have? Do you have like one of the bigger ones?
No, I have a small one.
See, when I screenshot it, like
I have
I
a 12,
I can't see my
11, or 12.
defense at all. So, anyways, I have Denver's defense. in my lineup. But
Oh, interesting. So you paid up on that defense, huh?
no, they were dirt cheap because they're playing the number one scoring offense in the league. They're playing the Ravens this week. I needed.
Yeah, but they're still like 34, 35.
Mm, yeah, but they defenses go up to $5,000 on here. But
Yeah.
I'll just go top down. Actually, this is the first time I didn't even look at the screenshot before I put it on here. Justin has Bo Nix for 7,200. I like it. But I got Kirk Cousins against Dallas.
I still can't see yours.
Okay. Well, true. So I'll explain it.
Okay.
I did Kirk Cousins for 7,500. So only 300 more for Kirk Chains against Dallas's defense. You spent a ton on Kyron, which has been a good play. He scored a million touchdowns this year for 8,900. My RB1 is Devon Achane for 7,800. So for 1,100 less, got Achane against the 29th ranked Buffalo Bills. But Kyron's playing the 28th ranked Seattle Seahawks. So, and then you mentioned DeAndre Swift as your sell, but you put him here in your DraftKings or your FanDuel lineup. So for 7,200 is your RB2 against the 27th ranked Arizona defense.
I think it'd be great.
Paid 79, so mine RB2 is more expensive than yours. James Cook against Miami this week. So you, as your wide receiver 1, your most expensive player, second most expensive player, Malik Neighbors, 8,400 against Washington. My wide receiver 1 is Devontae Smith against Jacksonville.
Wow, okay.
7,800. Terry McLaurin for Justin, our wide receiver 2, 7,400 against the Giants. So that matchup will be pivotal in this. And
it will.
I just can't.
I'm hoping that's a high scoring game.
I can't pass up on DJ Moore at 6,600 against the Arizona Cardinals.
Interesting.
He's just. I had Josh Downs in there, but
you must have spent up somewhere.
I did not. Well,
I'm just curious how your wide receivers. I spent up way more than you and my wide receivers so far, and running back.
Well, but Malik Neighbors is very expensive. So your flex, I'm very nervous about for you. DeAndre Hopkins, 5,600. Maybe.
Did you have Malik Neighbors too?
No. No, and my wide receiver 3 is Brian Thomas Jr.
Okay.
For $7,000.
I almost picked him as well.
Your tight end is Kyle Pitts. I paid an extra $100 for Cade Otton. So 6,100 Cade Otton, $6,000.
I was between the two, honestly.
Yeah, for extra $100, but I needed that $100 because my flex is Michael Pittman Jr. So I decided to do.
I had him in there as my flex, and
I had Downs, but I was like, do I do Downs and Pittman? I was like, Justin has beaten me on the all Colts Joe Flacco stack in the past, so let me just do a couple Colts. But I was like, I'll pivot if Brian Thomas doesn't play because he's currently questionable with a chest injury. But 5,800 for Michael Pittman Jr.
You should just full send it, dude.
Nah,
the team's gonna rally behind Joey Flacco. Yeah. You should probably take Joe Flacco, Jonathan Taylor, Josh Downs, and Michael Pittman.
I wouldn't do Jonathan Taylor just because Minnesota's really good at the run, and Jonathan Taylor's probably like 8,500. So,
he's probably too expensive for the matchup. I think,
but you picked Devin Singletary.
But
I don't know. I don't know how.
So Devin Singletary is in there because Tyrone Tracy's concussion. If Tyrone Tracy plays, I will be starting Tyrone Tracy.
Yeah, I think Denver's was like 3,500 defense. You had the Giants against Washington, which I think is crazy. I mean, you clearly didn't have a ton of money left. I think I beat you in this only because you paid up a ton for Neighbors and Kyron Williams, and I think the rest of you, I think DeAndre Hopkins has a good chance at flopping. Kyle Pitts is always a flop potential.
Kyle Pitts, I don't think you've looked at his stats recently.
No, I mean he's been good the recent week. I'm telling you, the past 3 weeks, the Falcons have just taken off on offense. He's been fine. I don't know. The only problem is I've put DJ Moore in here so many times, and
I don't like your DJ Moore and Devonta Smith. I feel like you could have picked better players at that price.
I mean, I also have Achane and James Cook at running back. Man, Achane was insane last week with Tua back, and for only 7,800.
No, I love your running backs. Honestly, I'm probably gonna steal them.
You cannot. You are locked in with this. I will fucking know. I have quite literally the screenshots, so fuck off. But yeah, and we both had 0 salary remaining, so we used every single dollar we could. So, and if Josh Downs takes off and Michael Pittman sucks, I'm gonna be pissed. So, because it was DJ Moore or Josh Downs. But
are they the same price?
Josh Downs is $100 cheaper, I believe, than DJ Moore.
We're locked in now too.
Yeah, no, I'm chilling with DJ Moore against Arizona. I think we'll be chilling. But anyways, we're an hour and 15 minutes in. A little bit longer of a Halloween.
I figured it would be
episode.
a little longer with
it's
Halloween, and we had been gone for 2.5 weeks. So
I was gonna say, but I will be doing something with this setup.
Me too.
I will have. I mean, because now I have an extra spare room, I can actually like work in this space. So we will be developing this as we move on, and I know Justin is
Big
as
things
well.
coming.
But that's it from us, your boys with Last Call Fantasy Football. I know we've started off a little hot, we slowed down a little bit, but subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you made it this far, we appreciate you.
I think to end it, I think you've got to do the claws, and I've got to do the Kirko chants.
Okay, you ready?
Wait. Yes.
Play that shit. We'll be back.
You like that?
Deuces.